Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and back to another Urban Calisthenics workout. In today's session, I'm excited to bring to you a full body workout that requires no equipment whatsoever, using only your body weight. In the routine, I have for you 5 exercises for which you'll be doing 30 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest for a total of 6 rounds. That's 20 minutes in total. Now, as always, make sure you practice those instructionals before getting stuck in alongside a thorough warm-up. And I will leave a link in the description below for a warm-up that I feel is suitable for this workout, but by all means, do one of your own. Now, if you want to gain access to the full Urban Calisthenics library, head over to urbancalisthenics.com, where you can gain access to over 100 workouts with a new workout added every single week for just $4.99 a month. That's enough from me. Let's see what's in store. So for the plank pull to push-up combination, you're going to start by laying your forearms on the floor as if moving into a plank. You're going to make sure your forearms are parallel and avoid your hands coming together. In this case, I've got the knees in contact with the floor, as are the feet, and the hips sit slightly behind the knee line. From this position, the intention is to take the head forwards as if moving into the bottom end range of a push-up. And as I do that, I'm going to be driving through the legs, keeping the head as low as possible and keeping the body as low as possible. So from here, I'm going to push off the legs, taking the head forwards. And as you can see, as a consequence, the elbows do come off the floor. I'm ready for the push-up now. So I'm going to push out strong, still pulling the abs in as best I possibly can. And now I'm going to descend. And to get back into the forearms, I'm going to be pushing through the upper body this time to get back to that position. So it's legs working to get me forwards, pushing out strong. Now I need to descend, and now it's upper body pushing me back. And if you want to make this a little bit more challenging, what we can do in the start position, all we do is we take the knees from the floor. So you're going to have to work a little bit harder on the upper body. The legs are going to feel it too. But I'm going to push off in the same way, taking the body as close to the floor as possible. Pushing out strong without the knees. Descend, and now the upper body is going to have to work harder as we don't have the knees in contact with the floor anymore. So for our alternating tuck to L's, you're going to start by moving into an L position, placing one hand either side of the hips. From here, I'm going to press down through the floor, locking the elbows, depressing the shoulders, and as a consequence, the backside should lift off the floor. If this doesn't happen, you can get yourself a set of yoga blocks, placing one either side of the hips, and that should do the trick. So once you're in that elevated position with the backside, what you're going to do is start moving the feet in and out of the body. And we're simply going to move one in, move a second one in, move one out, move a second one out. And then repeat the process starting on the other side. As you'll see, as I move the legs in and out, the backside does not come into contact with the floor. So you're really having to work the shoulders, the back muscles, and the arms to keep the backside from touching the floor. So for the quad press to pike press combination, you're going to start by forming a square between your hands and your feet to get into the quad. Make sure the head is out in front of the hands, the knees are relatively close to the arms, and most importantly, when we get into the quad, the head, hips and shoulders all remain on the same path with the knees off the floor. From this position, we're going to work into the press itself. Now when we bend the arms, it's very important that we close the gap between the backside and the heels as well. As we press out from the quad, we fully extend the arms and we set up for the pike press. Now, if we're in a position where we can't lock the legs because the hamstrings are too tight, we're going to take a step back. And if we can, we're just going to remain in the same position or even take a step forwards. When we do the pike press, the intention is to get the head out in front of the hands, essentially breaking the floor to bring the elbows into the body, but most importantly, keeping the back as straight as possible. Now you're going to go as far as you possibly can whilst keeping good form. So if you can't get your head in contact with the floor, you can use a prop such as a yoga block. From here, I'm going to move the knees back into the quad position, perform the quad press once again, closing the gap between the backside and the heels, extend the arms out, send the hips up high, and ready for the pike press, bringing the head forwards. Notice how the forearms are in an upright position when moving into that press. Another alternative would be to not go as far in the press, so you don't even need to have a prop there. All you'll do is this, you'll take it as far as you possibly can in the press, keeping good form on the spine, pushing out where you know you can fully extend your arms, and then going back into your quad press again. So for the kick throughs, you're going to start by moving into a support position, making sure the shoulders are slightly in front of the wrists, the head and the hips are on a similar path, the abs are pulled in and the pelvis is tucked under ever so slightly. From this position, you're going to move into your deepest squat position. Now if the hands sit in front of the shoulders, this is going to be difficult. As I've got the shoulders in front of the wrists, it's going to allow me to get that full range of motion. From here, I'm going to drive off the legs, and as I do that, bringing the head forwards, I'm going to bring one foot to the outside of one hand, releasing that hand as the foot comes down. From the supporting side, I'm going to be strong on the supporting side as I bring that back leg all the way through and into an L, keeping this hip very close to the hand. Now all I need to do is return back to the original position. I'm going to do that through pressing through the floor, bringing that leg through, and as I release this foot on the outside, I'm going to bring the hand to its original position, moving back into the squat and doing the same on the other side. So drive off the legs, get the weight forwards, release the hand as the foot comes to the outside of it. The other leg comes through that gap, good support on the shoulder, hip tight to the hand. Bring the leg all the way through. As I release this foot, hand comes down and back into the squat. So for the tuck-ups, you're going to start by moving into a dish or hollow body position, making sure the legs are as straight as possible, feet quite close to the floor, lower back is as tight to the floor as possible. We're trying to bring those shoulders up by pushing the ribs down, get the arms to an overhead position and very close to the head. From here, you're going to swing the arms forwards and at the same time, bringing the knees into the body as close to the chest as you possibly can. The feet are off the floor and I'm taking the hands as far forwards as possible, bringing the shoulders forwards. All we do from here is revert back into our hollow body position, locking the legs out, making sure the shoulders don't come into contact with the floor, and then back into our tuck position. Every time we're going into our dish, let's make sure we're keeping that lower back in contact with the floor throughout. Thanks so much for taking part in this Urban Calisthenics workout. I hope you had a great time challenging yourself and breaking a sweat. If you did find this workout useful and beneficial, please give me a like and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. If you do want to gain access to the full Urban Calisthenics library, please visit urbancalisthenics.com where you can gain access to over 100 workouts with a new workout added every single week for just $4.99 a month. Keep up the great work, stay motivated, and I'll see you on the next workout.